Hello, everyone. Chuck Northside Guy today with a video response to Don Field of Dreams, who has asked us to share with the community cards and other memorabilia that have special or sentimental value. Today, I'd like to take you to a very fun game in 1976, September 11th, 1976. The place, Comiskey Park, Chicago's South Side. And the event of the day, right here, Minnie MINOSO returned, and I'm going to tell you the story of that ball game, seen through the eyes of a 7-year-old boy who was there with his father, his sister, and 4 of his buddies for my birthday party. And the game was very special, and so in addition to Minnie MINOSO making this special appearance, which I'll get to in a moment, my dad was always very much the official scorekeeper, and so I have a program for that day, and you can see here my father's markings, and I have dozens of these programs, and it's special to me to see how he kept score, it's memories of how he taught me about the game, time together, which was so special as a boy. Always looked forward to going to the ball game, going to Comiskey with him. I grew up on the south side. Today I live on the north side, so I'm a north side guy today, but I was born and raised a south sider of Chicago. So that's the sentimental part. And you'll see here Minnie MINOSO at bat 3 times. I'm going to tell that story. It was a big enough story that in 1977 Topps, card number 232, we see Minnie MINOSO, just recently in the Hall of Fame, designated as the oldest player to hit safely. All right, so here we go. Here's the background. So the 1976 season was the beginning of modern free agency. And the writing was on the wall for cash-strapped owners like Bill Veeck, who owned the White Sox, Chicago White Sox at this point. And Bill Veeck famously was a man, a promoter. He always had headline-stealing gimmicks and special events throughout his baseball career, very storied career. On August 8th in 1976, the White Sox actually wore shorts. So they had, at that time, these black and white, we called them pajama outfits, and they actually wore shorts. This little boy was wondering, gosh, are they going to skin their knees? Anyway, the biggest newsmaker of that year was the announcement on September 9th, so 2 days prior to this game, that Minnie MINOSO would return on the field as an active player. And his last Major League at bat had come with the White Sox in 1964. And Bill Veeck told reporters Minnie MINOSO, is in remarkable condition, and if he doesn't get a hit, he'll get hit by a pitch, which was a nod to the fact that MINOSO had been hit by a pitch 192 times as a major leaguer and had led the league in hit by pitches during all but one season between 1951 and 1961. So anyway, the joke was further kind of enhanced because Beck had employed Satchel Paige when he owned the Indians, and again with the Browns, and he joked that he obviously didn't have anything against older men. So, on this day, September 11, 1976, MINOSO was 50, maybe 52, maybe 53. Regardless, his appearance on the game that I went to made him the 3rd oldest active player in history. So the day before, the White Sox had lost to the Angels, and Nolan Ryan had pitched and mowed down 18 hitters in a 3-2 California victory. This game that I attended only had, in spite of all the promotion, had an attendance of only 6,596. So those who did make it to the game stood and cheered when MINOSO came to bat with no one out in the 3rd inning. And he faced Frank Tanana, who was a formidable pitcher in those days. And he struck out. MINOSO struck out in his first at bat. Back again in the fifth, again, I should note he was a designated hitter on this game. He hit a pop fly to Jerry Remy at second base. And in that case, he really hauled ass down the line. And Bill Veeck praised him afterwards, saying, I wanted MINOSO to show the younger players how to play the game. That's the same Minnie, all out on every play. So the game, as I remember it, was I had never heard of Minnie MINOSO. My dad was telling me, what an important moment this was. I remember the excitement, the energy from the 6,500 fans. I thought it was just amazing that this incredibly old man at 50 years old could play baseball or could even move. And here I am telling you this story, years later, older than MINOSO. And anyway, in November, when the baseball annual awards were announced, MINOSO finished third behind the Yankees' Doc Ellis and Lou Piniella for Comeback Player of the Year. So I just thought that was really fun. This game was not just important for me because it was a time with my friends and family, but also to see Minnie MINOSO. Now, Bill Veeck pulled the same stunt in 1980, and so that you'll also find that in his record. So I hope you enjoyed this response, Don, and this very different kind of video from me, but thought I'd put this out there and hope you all enjoyed this kind of, I think, a fun story. Take care, everyone.